Hi, I'm joined today by Roxanne Moulton Bender, and she is the author of a new children's book that I am so excited to talk with her about. It's called Introducing the Critter Bugs. It is such a cute title, Roxanne. Let's kick this off today by having you tell us a little bit about what readers can expect, what this book is about.
Well, the critter bugs are characters of my own creation. They're very, very, very small. They are my way of finding a way to express special needs characters. And so the first book we have will introduce you to the group of 5 that I started my village with. And then the second story in the book will tell you about Mac. And Mac is a critter bug with only a wiggle and a giggle, no walk or talk. And that would be my son, Jacob.
I just love that you've written a book that really highlights special needs. That's so important, that representation. I love that you put it in a children's book. So that's a message that parents can share with their kids and grandmas and aunts and uncles and teachers. What was really the inspiration? I know probably your own experience, but what was your inspiration that finally said, okay, I'm going to actually put pen to paper and write this down and put it out for the world?
When Jacob was born, 1976, I found out that he was going to be disabled through the first few months, and never really knew exactly how far he would get or not get. It didn't really matter. He was my little critter bug. And so I said, someday I'll write a book about him. And I didn't know at the time that it would only be 41 pages. I was thinking more along the lines of a novel. But Jacob has been a wonderful inspiration in my world. He had no walk or talk, so he just got by with body language. Thankfully, I learned it. I consider it my second language now. And so I wrote these books. I wrote these stories. Actually, I have 7, 2 in the first book. And I wrote them in 1991. And then I just kind of sat on them. They're all a poetic prose. They're very ageless, to tell you the truth. They're not just for children, because they tell in so many words, they tell you that God has made you the way you are, and so you just have to get used to it. And Jacob, with only his wiggles and giggles, was able to communicate anything that he needed, and mostly he needed love, and he was very good at communicating that. So I just learned through the years. I've met a lot of special needs people and children of my other books, Mac being the first one, which I used my daughter's baby nickname. When she was little, we called her Mac. But the stories that I have also are Tiffany, who is blind, based on a little girl that I met that described the feeling of the color gray to me from her bunny rabbit. I have a set of nieces that are limited in their understanding of the language in a way that I thought, do they hear properly? Well, their hearing is perfectly fine, but their translation of things, due to probably an Asperger's diagnosis, they've never really been diagnosed. They're Jacob's age also. Capable young adult women now. And so I made a book using their names, Debbie and Jenny, and our character is named Denny. And Denny has found a way to live in a world where he cannot hear, and it's perfectly fine with him. Gino is a little bitty critter bug, and he wants to be big so bad, but Gino is based on a lovely young lady. Her family dealt with the dwarfism, and I apologize if that's not the right word for it, but the little people. And she was awesome with what she taught her children. She had 3 children, or maybe 4, but she was just so genuine and so real with her small size. And she told me once, little is always cute, don't worry about it. And so she's Gina, and this book is Gino. And then I have my favorite, I would say one of, well, I love them all. Dottie is from another village. Dottie has spots all over her. She's just a walking rainbow. And the critter bugs in our village are real surprised to see her, and they twitter a little bit and they talk about what an odd look she has. And so she tells the story about her skin colors and how they have to hide underneath the flowers, petals, the leaves that fall. So they have to be all colorful. And I think it also addresses not just the issue of skin color, but possibly things like burn marks, scars, trauma of any kind to the skin, to the visual, could be birthmarks, things like that. And then my final book is Ree, and Ree is about my sister when she was very, very much my best hero ever. She was dying. She was given 2.5 months. She took 2.5 years, and she loved every minute of it. And she told me, you need to write a critter bug book about Ree. And so Ree is the story about going home.
Oh, I love that, Roxanne. And I love that you describe your books as ageless, because I mean, what powerful stories for everyone, not just children, but that everyone really needs to hear. Before we go, I'd love to ask you if there's anything else that you could share with us about your books, or anything else you'd like to tell us.
They are made to share. They definitely would be a book that you would keep in the family for years, because they are, every page, the words are matched to the pictures. I drew all the pictures also. And so there's a lot of talking points. I was a reading teacher of kindergarten through 3rd grade for 4 years, many years ago. And I love reading, I love words, and I love teaching children how to use their words powerfully. And I think that you'll find anyone that looks at the book and looks at the pages across the words across the page, they'll see that there's lots of things to talk about in these books.
Roxanne, thank you so much. I want to tell everyone again where they can find the newest book, Introducing the Critter Bugs. And again, the author is Roxanne Moulton Bender. If you are looking for this book, you can find it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and Apple iTunes. Those are just 3 of the big ones. It's also available in ebook format. If you'd like to download it, you can start reading it today, which is such a great option. So Roxanne, thank you again for joining us. Thank you for sharing your amazing story and these books, which I know are absolutely amazing, and readers are going to love them. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.